Will Guillory covers the Pelicans for The Athletic, kind enough to join us this morning. Thank you, Will. How's the video going over of Zion's dunk within the Pelicans organization?
My Twitter has certainly been noisy, that's for sure. It's a lot going on. People are very excited. They got conspiracy theories going. It's just a normal day in Zion Williamson land, that's for sure.
Okay. Now, I thought maybe he's just saying, I want to play. I can play. Because this can't be part of his rehab, Will, where they said, hey, we want you to do a Vince Carter dunk. It's, shooting jumpers, maybe running around a little bit, maybe some drills there. But is there a different message being sent or delivered that the Pelicans maybe are going to shut him down, where it felt like Zion was saying, I can play, I want to play?
Yeah, I mean, when Zion came back to New Orleans, I think his intention was to at least prove, or at least try to prove, that he can play this season. And you can understand from the Pelicans' perspective where they will want to slow play him, because there's been several setbacks this season when they've tried to ramp him up and get him closer to playing. He's gone as far as doing 3-on-3, 4-on-4 in practice, and then the soreness in the foot started kicking in, so they had to slow him down. So once he comes back from Portland, you can understand why they wouldn't say, hey, we're just going to throw you in 3-on-3 games and see how you do. So they've tried to limit his activity in practice. The only thing I've seen him do, in media availability after practice, is stand still shooting and dribbling drills on his own. So I don't think there's been any, part of the drill where you throw the ball off the backboard and put it between your legs and dunk it. I don't think that's part of the rehab program, but the guy's obviously gifted. I think he wants to show that he can still play this season. But I think when you just look at the calendar, there just isn't that much time left for them to get him into practices, get him into physical contact. So I can understand where both sides are coming from. If you're a player, you want to play, but if you're the organization, you want to protect your asset.
Do you think Zion Williamson is a Pelican in 3 years?
I think so. I think they're going to try to find a way to get that deal done this summer. And once those guys sign those contracts, after the rookie deal, assuming it's somewhere close to a max contract, it's usually around year 4 where, the grumblings start to happen, especially a guy that young. I don't see them trading him year 2 into a 5-year contract.
But does he want to be there, crazy. Will? Does he want to? I go back to the draft. Just seemed like he was disappointed. The lottery.
I think the biggest thing for Z is, are they going to win? And I think the if you look at that team last year and what they were doing with Stan Van Gundy as head coach, Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams in the starting lineup, it just wasn't working. The vibe in the locker room was really bad. And I think now with Willie Green coming in, CJ McCollum, the newest addition, Brandon Ingram emerging into a potential all-star, I think you see this thing moving in a much better direction. The feel around the team is much better. I think they're in a much better position to win once Zion Williamson is back. So I think if he's back and they're winning games, I think you're going to see him much happier. But as long as they're losing and he's not playing, it's understandable why he wouldn't be happy with what's going on. But I think they're going to be in a much better position next year once he's healthy and they can finally put all those guys on the court together.
What is his status? There's 10 games left. Do we see Zion Williamson at all the rest of this regular season?
I mean, I find it hard to believe, just like I said, there just isn't much time left. They don't even have that many practices left to even get him, ramped up. Like I said, as of right now, the only thing he's allowed to do at practices is stand still shooting and dribbling drills. So that's, not any contact. There's not any running, not any 5-on-5. You would assume before they put him in an actual NBA game, they would want to get him into some 5-on-5 activity, right? So I think there just isn't that much time to do that. So I would be highly surprised if he plays again this season. But I think they're going to try to continue to progress him and see what he looks like, because they want to sign him to a new deal this summer. There's no question about that. They want to feel comfortable about giving him all that money. But I think throwing him in the game, with this little time left on the calendar without that much practice time, I think it'd be a little bit reckless.
Will, good to talk to you, and gives you something to write about, something a little bit different there with Zion Williamson. But thanks for joining us.
I appreciate you having me on, Dan. There's always something going on, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. Will Guillory. He covers the Pelicans for The Athletic.